Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and y'all hold on. Hello, thank you.
Please take your receipt. Thank you for your receipt.
So yeah, how do you know that boy was standing there? Y'all know where I'm at. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all are doing well. I'm at the car wash. I've gotten off work. Oh, my favorite buddy here. Ow! He would give me my entire life. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna whoop this camera around one good time. But he be giving me my life. He be taking this job seriously, and I am so here for it. I am so here for it. So yeah. Oh Lord, wait a minute. I did everything but put it in neutral. So yeah, y'all. I'm at the car wash, about to get my car washed, obviously. So I had a good day at work today, and I was able to trade with someone who volunteered, because the person who was supposed to be assigned to come in today, they were lucky because somebody volunteered to work the entire shift. And I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to talk to him about this, because as of right now, he's assigned to come in tomorrow, because I think his days are Sundays through Thursdays, and tomorrow is Saturday. So yeah, y'all. Anyway, I sent him a copy of the schedule. The side heifer has decided that she wants to volunteer and work tomorrow, and I'm like, because I'm the breaker. I hate being the breaker, and I already had to, kind of wonder if I was gonna be the breaker today. When I came in, I had kind of accepted it, and I was like, okay, at least it's just one day, and I ain't got to fool with her no more after that. But I was just lucky that the person who volunteered to work today was the same person that wanted to be the breaker. And I'm like, okay, that was interesting. I don't know. This car wash today making me want to go to sleep. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't have to be the breaker. I got to work in my department. I ended up working with a person who is socially awkward, and I don't have any issues with her. And since she's socially awkward, she's one of the ones that's so socially awkward that 99% of the time you can't even hear her when she's speaking. So you got to kind of like lean in. So, I'm used to that when dealing with her, whether I'm working with her or I have to do something with her, or I come and talk to her about something, or she approaches me about something. So, overall, we had a great day today. Glad it panned out well. I actually ended up having more of a cake day, because the married man in the back where he worked, the area that he works in, something was going on. Some things was popping off, and everything wasn't operational the entire day. So, we had a lot of good stuff going on for me. At least I enjoyed my downtime. But yeah, I was still constantly moving. I was still doing stuff, so I was always busy as usual. Like, I don't play that. I stay busy no matter what's going on. Now, there have been times that I did everything that I could do, and that was all. Now, I'm not gonna. One day y'all gonna see me go to the actual vacuum part, but I ain't going right now. I really don't need a vacuum. Like, that's the thing. The first time I came, I needed it, but it had been so much rain, and it was like the weather didn't know what it wanted to do, and I was like, oh no. And I just wanted to get my car right. Man, y'all better be glad. I'm gonna go over there one day. But yeah, y'all. But we had a great day today. The side heifer, she was working in her department today. It was kind of annoying, because she was doing like she used to do, which was she would like post up on something and stare in my face, and it's like, why? I had to pull a Danny, and I knew it was happening, because I was like, dang, I feel like somebody watching me, and every time it was her, and I'm like, girl, why? I'm doing my work. Like, I don't understand. You should be doing some work instead of looking up in my face. Like, I don't understand. everybody who knows the situation or peep what she does, they're like, well, I don't understand why she do that. And I just be like, well, I don't know either. And they'd be like, maybe she wants something that you have. I'm like, I don't have nothing. I got the same job she got. I get paid the same amount of money she get. She actually is able to hold on to more money than me because she live at home with her mama and them and don't contribute to no bills. So I'm like, look, and then she get all that good tax money back for having an underage child. She got all that good money back that they was giving out during the pandemic because of the fact that she had a child. I'm just like, you're on the up and up, and I'm not. I don't understand what it is that she would be possibly jealous of, because that is a word that everybody throws out there. I'm like, somebody told me, the guy who I go back and forth with, he told me that she might be jealous because of the way her body looks versus mine. And I'm like, I'm fat though. He was like, you got a shape though. I was like, her twin is somewhat normal size, but she is like really small, and she does weird stuff on purpose, and you could tell she's like trying to make herself switch, and whatever the word is, switch. And I'm just like, girl, why? What is the? And then it's like, I don't even think she's bow-legged. It's like she be doing weird stuff. She just walks so stupid. Like, people bring it up to me, and I'll joke with them and be like, you know, she walking like that for you. Like, she do crazy stuff to try to get attention, and don't nobody be here for it except for the married man, I guess. I just be like, child, it's the attention seeking for me. I ain't got time. I don't care nothing about it. Like, why are you so desperate that you want to get the attention of people at work? Like, girl, bye. But then you want to harbor hate in your heart towards me and other people who are minding their business, but the married man roll up on us, asking about if we Netflix and chill, or if we hang outside or work with other folks, because he want to be able to be that one who gonna be able to do these things, knowing good and well all he trying to do is screw. Get out my face. But anyway, y'all, she kept posting up, looking in my face all day. I was like, child, I can't wait to get up out of here. Woo, so glad it's almost time for me to go. So, you know, I had to deal with that stupidity. But overall, I had a good day. What else is going on? Oh, the married man, well, the now divorced man, when the meeting was over, I told y'all, I was like, oh, I hope I remember to put in my paperwork so that I can request to be off on Tuesday. So I ain't got to come back up in there no more till Friday. Okay. I told my partner, I said, I'm about to go get my stuff, because I got there just in time to park my car, go inside, and see where I was and get to the meeting. At the time, I was the breaker, and then somebody saw me, and she was like, why don't they have you in your department? The person who volunteered. I was like, well, actually somebody else was supposed to be here, and he and I were going to switch because I don't like being a breaker. And so she was like, who all over there? Because she was going to have to go and break the people out in the most hated department and in the side heifers department and all that stuff. So she already knew who was over there, but she didn't know who was in the most hated department. And so I told her, and I don't know if she's ever worked with them before or not, but she was kind of looking like she wasn't going to sign on to switch with me. So I was already like sucking it up, like, all right, I'm finna go over here and do this then. But she switched with me. So I was like, are you sure? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay. So we switched, and I went on over to my meeting, because my meeting I was at the meeting, but I was where I needed to be if I was going to be the breaker, which was going to be the meeting where the most hated department was, which is kind of across from where I was. It's not that, crazy of a distance. So it wasn't bad. So anyway, I'm just glad that we had a good day, because I'm always worried about how it's going to be, because I come in to work to do my job and go home, knowing that she is going to be the wild card, because you never know what side of her you're going to get. You don't know if she's just going to be silent and leave you alone, or if she's going to come out of nowhere and try you. I just don't like that. I don't like it's the not knowing that I don't like. So today she ain't say nothing. She ain't try me. We did have similar resources that we both used in our department, and I hate that because when she over there, she act like if she ain't the one getting it, then it's a problem. She need to get everything and the exact ones that she want. Like, it's just such ignorant stuff. I just be like, child, it ain't never gonna be that deep, but go off though. So I'm just glad that she didn't try us like that. Myself and my partner, person I was partnered up with today. What else? Oh, so she volunteered to work tomorrow. The person that she was working with, who was the other person that's cheating on her boyfriend with random men at work and all this other stuff, she was assigned to work, but the side heifer decided to sign up for her and volunteered to work. And I'm just like, I really do enjoy my days when she's not even in the building. Like, the atmosphere is completely different. Like, I don't know if y'all understand or have dealt with somebody like her before, to where when they aren't there, you can tell that they aren't there. The atmosphere is different. When she is there, you can cut the tension with a knife. It's like, oh, here we go. Child, then, like, tell me why she up in my face. I saw somebody at the corner of my eye. I didn't know who it was, right? So I looked because they were in her department. I looked because I'm wondering, like, is it a supervisor? Is it somebody that works below? Like, what? So it was somebody that works below that does the same job that the divorced man does, right? So I was like, oh, okay. But this was what the thing was. They was about to come up there because she wasn't on her job. And it's like, they should never have to come up there unless they are telling you something that is last minute and you don't have access to a radio and all this other stuff. But she has access to a radio, but she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. So while you worrying about me, you need to focus on what you're supposed to be doing. That's what you need to do. So anyway, y'all, like I said, I had a great day. I'm glad to be on the way home. I am starving. I didn't bring no food to work. All I had was spring water all night, which is good for me because it still helps me to get all of the stuff I had out of me. I ain't had no business eating. I know I wasn't supposed to eat that chicken and shrimp talavera and all that stuff. So, I mean, I was eating what I was supposed to eat after that, but still, you know, I got to make sure I get it out of my system. For me, I'm the type of person where I don't have an issue with foods staying in my system forever and all this other stuff. Like, I know some people, they have to take stuff in order to get stuff to come out of them. Like, no, for me, I ain't never had no problem with fiber. I ain't never had a problem with nothing. Every time I eat something, it come out. I'm like, oh, okay. It just is what it is. What it did. Oh, okay. You're doing the most. So anyway, but yeah, I wasn't trying to do no TMI with that, but I'm just saying I hadn't eaten, so I'm excited to go home and eat. Like, ain't that sad? I am though, like, because I haven't eaten in over 12 hours, so I am hungry. My stomach is about to start making noises and growl. So yeah. What else? Oh, but like I was telling y'all, the divorced man, he saw me and I didn't see him because I was waiting on the meeting to be over with so I can go. So I was about to tell my partner that I'm about to go and get my stuff, because when I'm late, meaning I don't have at least 2 minutes or 3 minutes to spare so that I could go and retrieve all of my stuff that I use at work that I have to take with me outside of my radio, then I'll just leave it and then I'll come back after the meeting. I just let the person I work with know I'm gonna be back. I have stuff I gotta get. I'll be back. I gotta go get my stuff, whatever. So right before I was gonna tell her, I literally turned to her, and the divorced man ended up like rubbing me on my shoulder or tapping me on my shoulder or something. And so I'm looking around trying to figure out who it is, and it was him. And he was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I'm good. How you doing? Now, keep in mind, he don't reach out. He ain't said nothing. But you love me. You see yourself with me. We supposed to be together in your mind and all of that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't even reach out. You don't even say, hey, how you doing? I woke up for a little while and in between my naps, because essentially he just takes naps while he is, at home, because he usually has his son when he gets off work, which is cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad about the fact that this man has a child. I ain't got nothing to say about it. It is what it is. So I love the fact that he spends time with his child. But you should be able to carve out time to reach out to me and say, hey, what's up? How you doing? Something. But this is the thing. So he didn't realize I was behind him after he had done that and kept walking. So I'm walking out behind him and I'm making a point not to say nothing. And I'm not like all the way up on him, like I'm behind him, but there's at least enough room for like two people to be in front of me, lengthwise. So he go out the last door that leads out to where he is, almost home free. And he turned around. He was like, oh, I didn't know you was behind me. I was like, yeah, or whatever. And so he was like, you going the wrong way, ain't you? I was like, no, I'm not. So, I'm really not trying to talk like that. Like, I'm really not, just to be honest. So, not trying to be mean or petty or none of that. I'm just really not trying to talk. And so he was like, oh, okay. So then he sees me go over to the area that they have the paperwork in now. There's paperwork for your 7th day off, when you need to correct your badge punches if something were to happen. Like, sometimes stuff happen and you got to correct it. So if you don't do what you need to do, payroll, payroll needs to have it in. So you need to do what you need to do so that payroll could do their part if there was some kind of mistake that happened for whatever reason. So, they have all sorts of forms there. It's like a wall, just has all these forms that are sitting in these little, things. I can't think of the name of them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so I went over there and he was like, oh, what you about to leave? I was like, no, because I guess he thought that I was just going to put in a day for today and then leave back out. I was like, no. He saw the paper and I'm just like, I hope he don't ask me later on between now and Sunday, what am I doing? Like, he gonna see the schedule. That's the thing. That's the thing that I hate about this job. Everybody can see when you off. Everybody can see when you off, what reason you off for, meaning if you put in a vacation day or whatever, whether you called out, little stuff like that. I don't like that, because I don't be wanting people to be in my business like that. But yeah, he'll know. But at the same time, I'm hoping that he don't pay attention. And by the time he realizes it, it's going to be time for me to be on my last day. And it's time for me to go to sleep for work so I can be to work on Friday. Because I'm not really trying to have no dealings with nobody, just to be honest. I'm not trying to hang out with nobody. I'm not trying to go nowhere. Like, I plan on being at the house the entire time. Now, what's going to be a struggle is me being able to just strictly do my alkaline stuff. That is my plan. I don't really plan to leave the house until maybe Wednesday afternoon, excuse me. So if I do leave, it'll be Wednesday afternoon. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm trying not to do anything bad, but I want to start using my juicer, because I do have a juicer, because I do want to go between juicing, having smoothies, and making sorbet. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what this person doing. They was doing the least. And just, fresh fruits and all that stuff. Oh my gosh, y'all, I cannot wait until they have seeded watermelons. Like, they don't have, like, at first, when the season first, came about, they had big old, like, big, humongous thing for the seeded and the seedless watermelons. And this week at one particular store, they only have seedless. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. Y'all normally have both. What is going on here? So, but yeah, y'all, I'm kind of nervous about what I'm going to do when I'm off of those days, because I really want to eat the way I'm supposed to eat. If I'm going to even eat, because part of me is like, am I going to eat? And because I've been eating, like I had a couple of days where I didn't eat exactly where I was supposed to eat all day. Am I going to actually sit there and do my alkaline stuff, or am I going to just do my alkaline stuff and it's just going to be a detox where I'm just drinking tea and spring water all day for the next 30 days? I'm not sure. Excuse me. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything with and or for the divorced man, because his birthday is this month. He wanted me to accompany him because he was gonna get a room here in my city, well, the city that I live in, because like I told y'all before, he lives 45 minutes to an hour away. So he was just like, he wasn't gonna have his son. He wanted to just be able to lounge around, watch TV, eat, go out to eat, possibly, order in as well. Like he seems like he's simple to please. So it's not a situation where I would have been like, oh my gosh, it's going to be a circus. He want the absolute most. Like, no. I don't know. Because like I told y'all earlier, I don't know where we stand. Because if we're supposed to be friends and you want to be more than friends, you're not acting like it. You're not even acting like someone on the level of a friend to me at this point. So, I don't know. My thing is, I'm not chasing behind nobody. I'm not about to act crazy over nobody. The old me is gone, because usually somebody will show me attention and I will shun them, be like, nah, I'm blocking you. I ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say for a good while. And then if they are very, very persistent, I'll kind of start listening to them and kind of believing them because they're being so persistent. And then I go from there, because usually they set it off. But then, of course, after they set it off and then they trap me, I'm a dummy, because I am a dummy for people when I open myself up to them. If I open my heart up to you, I am a dummy for you. You could buy me for a penny. You could buy me for a penny. That's how dumb I am when I allow myself to open my heart up to someone. So I ain't doing that. I'm not. And I mean, the last time we had a very serious conversation, I already told him that, what in the world are y'all doing? Y'all, I'm sorry. I told him that I'm not open to a relationship. I'm tired. Like I straight up told him I'm exhausted. And he acted as if he understood what I was saying and what I meant, because he's been there before and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I hear you. Like, and I mean, the way I'm talking right now was the way I was talking to him then. But he knew I was tired. Like, and I mean, I really was like, I'm so tired. Like, I am tired. Like, every time I try to open up to somebody and allow a situation to be, thinking that this is going to be the one. And in my mind, I'm going about it in a different way. This person is completely different from all the others. It just ends up being a situation where they had on a different mask and they all were the same, but just a higher level of trash. So I can't. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm tired. That's like the other day, y'all. There's this guy who would keep reaching out to me, and he seemed like he was cool or whatever. And so, like, he kept trying to make it so that I was having an issue when there was no issue. Always trying to tell me, oh, well, I know that you have something that you want to tell me. I know that you have some emotions that you're hiding. And I know that you are seeking attention. I was like, What are you talking about? Like, you're not making sense. I'm not doing any of these things. I'm over here chilling. I'm literally watching a show. Like, I was watching the last episode of Mayans MC when this particular part of the conversation came into play. And had I not been paying attention, I wouldn't have even known that this person had even sent me a message. So I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, you need to basically was telling me I need to let stuff go and all this other stuff. And it's like, this is all in an attempt for him to think that he's going to get a way in. Like, oh, well, you need to do this. You need to let your walls down. I don't need to do nothing, sir. I already told you I'm not open to nothing. If I'm in a space where I feel like anybody saying, hey, buy anything to me is a liar, I don't need to be with anybody. I don't trust anybody. This is the worst off that I've ever been in my life. Usually I'll heal from what I've been through and I just give people a tougher time. And that's just what it is. Yeah, this time it's completely different and I'm just like, I'm over it. I want my peace. I have my peace. I'm enjoying my peace. Don't have drama. So the little specks of people trying to get into my life, something always rears its ugly head, and it allows me to further remember yet again, this is why I'm single. This is why I need to stay single. Stay single, at least for the time being. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. I don't want to sacrifice anything anymore. I feel like I asked for the bare minimum and don't get that. So why should I accept it? Like, I'm not asking you for nothing. I ain't telling you need to come in here and pay all of these bills. I ain't telling you to do none of these things. It would be nice, because it seems like all the people who win it are all the trifling people who don't deserve nothing. People come in doing all these things for them. So it would be nice to not have a financial burden, so to speak of. But ain't nobody out here that's like my daddy. My daddy off rip told my mama, I don't want you to have to do nothing. I'm bringing the check home every time I get paid. All I ask you to do is to make sure that the money is distributed where it needs to be so that the bills are paid. The groceries are paid for. All of these things are paid for. That's all I want you to do. But, I mean, it is what it is. I don't expect nobody to do that. Most of these dudes think that if you say, can you pay for my hamburger? They be about to have a heart attack over you paying for them paying for a hamburger. I ain't got time for it. Like, I've had people to look at me sideways like, so you gonna pay for this? You asked me out on a date. What is we talking about? Like, it had gotten to the point where I would have to say, okay, so are we going Dutch? Like, I should not even have to wonder what a situation is. Again, I don't feel like I asked for a lot. I really don't. I don't even mind paying for my own meal on a date, because a date is just a date. If we ain't in a relationship and we didn't talk about all of this stuff ahead of time, I don't mind paying for my own meal, especially because of what my daddy taught me, which was that you should at least have enough money on your person so that if somebody want to try you and think you need to bust it wide open and tell them bring it back, you can hand them the money and say, nah, I paid for my own hamburger, fries, or whatever the meal was, because they thought that they did something. These people really be out here thinking they did something when they bought a hamburger. They really do be thinking they did something. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for listening to me ramble on. Y'all know how I do. I'm sorry. I'm at the house. I'm a little delirious because I need to eat. My head trying to hurt. So that's really letting me know I've gone way too long without eating. I gotta recalibrate or something, because my body used to be so used to me not ingesting any food to where me drinking water all day was fine. I would not even think about hunger. I just would not. I would not have a hunger pain, like never. I'm talking about the first go around when I did alkaline, never had a hunger pain. I'm talking about it was my first time, very green about the situation, and I've never had a hunger pain. But now it's ridiculous. I gotta recalibrate. I gotta figure out what I need to do. Anyway, again, thank y'all for tuning in, listening to me ramble on and on. I'm about to go in the house and relax. I don't know what else I might come on here later on. I'm not sure. But anyway, bye y'all.